Fuck! Where's my shit? Where is it? Where's it at? Where's my stuff? You know? You know where it is? Where is it at? Hey! Hey, where's my shit, dude? Where's my fucking shit at? Whoa, I need help. I didn't leave it anywhere. I know I did it. I put it in my thing when I woke up. I just don't know where it is. I don't know where it's at. Your friend took it. Come on. It's bizarre. Yeah, it was in the tripod. I fucking literally woke up. I feel like the Matrix got broken and my phone slipped through the cracks of time and space. That's what I feel like. This phone shut off on me for no reason in the middle of my fucking live. And then fucking like, what the fuck is happening, dude? I had it for 2 seconds. I had it for 2 seconds when I woke up, bro. I got up and I went and I was going to go and beat the shit out of her for talking shit to my mom. And then I came back in here because you said go to bed because I was still drunk. And then I fucking laid down and I looked and because I was like, did I fall asleep on my live? And my phone was in my tripod. And then I don't even remember taking my phone out of my tripod, but it was set up here, and then it was here, and now my phone's gone. And it's dead, so you can't call it. See, these are the things. I'm going to tell you guys, I was in GameStop yesterday. This is what pisses me the fuck off. I'm going to tell you something. I'll say it. I'll say it out. If you can make money off of it, just remember me, okay? Remember me. Remember me. Remember me when it happens. Can I just get free access codes to it? Just let me be a person. Or you can just rub it in my face and make me commit suicide. But literally, well, I don't even have to say it. So I came up with this thing, this whole idea in 2008 of like this whole thing where... No, it was when the Wii was already out, okay? The Wii was out, and you were able to hold on to the controllers and play the games with the controllers, okay? You're able to do that, right? And I was like, okay, I have an idea for this game. And I went through it in my head, and I was on meth. And we wrote it out, and I had somebody write it out, and I signed it. Just in paper that I fucking came up with this idea and I signed it because I was going to go and get it notarized. And I should have. Because part of the thing was you need your own type of controllers. Not just button controllers. We don't necessarily need button controllers. You need maybe a button or two, you know, on the actual controllers that you're going to use to play the game. But what is it is you need different kinds of controllers to make you feel like when you're playing the game that you're swinging a sword or you're doing this and that. And it can be a sword. And at GameStop, I didn't think sword because that's not where our game was at and where our mind was at with this function, this whole fucking thing that we wanted. But I was standing at GameStop and I was looking around and I looked and I was like, oh, they sell different controllers. Like, there's a sword controller. And I don't even fucking remember after the sword. I was like, literally, they have a... And it pissed me off. It made me angry. Inside. I didn't let it out. I was just standing there like, do. But like, inside I was like, yeah, bitch. In 2008, I was talking about the Metaverse and like being able to play a game with your people and to like, you know what I mean, be here and there and to fucking just while you're here, you know what I mean, but in person, like your avatar, you know what I mean, and then to be, you can do a thing with a bunch of people while they sit there and watch with their avatars and they can have their own shit. This is in 2008 that I was talking about this shit. Or somewhere, where after the Wii, because I knew with the Wii and the Kinect, the Xbox Kinect, that you can play video games with your hands. So I was like, okay, in your body, I was like, okay, that makes sense. Do I need to, I should just say what it is. Nobody's ever gonna fucking care. Nobody's ever gonna fucking care about it. I'm just scared. I literally would hate the fact that I said it. And then I'm like, nobody gives a shit. 6 people in chat. It only takes fucking one person to say it around the right person. And then now here it is, a fucking idea that fucking I didn't even get to fucking have. But I'll say it anyway. I'll say it. It was like a light show. It was a light show game. But it wasn't like a light show game. It was like a light show included with the rave that you could be at, that you could click on different things that are happening and buy different controllers that look like different things and literally sit there and give light shows and have different like rooms and stuff like that. But I didn't know in 2000 and whatever the fuck what I was trying to say. What, you know what I mean? It wasn't hitting on the dot of what it was. But what it was the Metaverse. It was going in there. It was having your avatar. It was being the avatar in there and being able to upgrade your avatar and to be able to upgrade your space within your avatar lives at, basically, by the way. Because I guess that everybody is just basically homeless in the Metaverse until you buy a space, I guess. I don't know. But it was a light show game. And it didn't seem significant up until coronavirus hit. And then coronavirus hit. And then we've seen a lot of people sitting at home. And then even the raves you were just watching a DJ. You were watching a DJ and then like different angles and stuff that they were doing. And I remember taking acid. What kind of acid was that? Oh, it was a paper. It was paper. I remember taking a little bit of paper acid, right? Oh, yeah, I remember how I got it. Boom. I went to this fucking party back when at one point, chat, we were going to parties and hanging out, like, at the beach with rich people. Like, I would ask, there's no more asking what you do, and it's like some bullshit. I was like, oh yeah, what do you do? And he's like, yeah, well, I'm a doctor. I was like, do you hang out with doctors? When do you hang out with doctors? And then fucking like all this other like weird, and then that was like his friend. I don't remember. I think he was like an IT guy. But anyway, they were on acid. Like, we did this party with Dawn, rest in peace. Did I tell you that Dawn died, Mom? Mom, Dawn passed away.
Who did?
Dawn, remember Rari, my fucking people in Manhattan Beach.
Yeah.
The old guy, or
he died?
He died, man.
When did you find out?
I found out like maybe last month or something.
Wow, what did he die of?
Just like old, I don't know.
He wasn't that old though, was he? Was he my age?
He wasn't even your age, I don't think.
Wow.
No. Yeah, he wasn't even your age.
Wow.
Check this out.
These pants used to be so tight on me.
They're loose now.
They're loose
you're losing weight. You're losing a lot of weight.
No, I'm just losing inches.
Well, that's how it starts off. When you start moving around as a bigger person, you just start losing inches, and then your body's gonna hit a plateau when there's no more water weight and all this other shit, and then you're gonna have fucking like figure it out, and then figure out your routine. That's how it is. Hi. No, my fucking friend, like, fucking died, dude. Like, she's just, like, so I was drunk as fuck at a bar that I used to work at, that I'll say is Barnacles in Hermosa. Nobody fucking gives a, you're not going to that bar. It's not Tower 12 or Patrick Malloy's or fucking Sharky's on the pier. It's off the pier, right? And it's a tiny little local bar, and you're not gonna get away with being an asshole in there if you are like some random fuckhole. Now, I worked there, and then there was one time, I think, that I went there for drinks, and I blacked out. But I do remember this guy, I tried to go up and talk to him, he's like, no. And it pissed me off, and then I ended up socking some shit. But, like, fucking, there, like, I guess I met, Ricari. Right, I love you, too. I love you. And then fucking... I was sitting there, and I had my friend, like, I fucking was talking, and I guess I met this really hot chick. I don't have my other phone. We're on my other phone, because I can't find my phone. It's somewhere in this fucking house, and I don't know where it is. But it's somewhere here, because I didn't leave here, and it's somewhere here, and I just don't know where it is. And I'll find it eventually, but I don't know where my fucking phone is, right? So, anyway... She's super hot. She's black, but she's like ring girl hot. Like hot. Like she has fake tits, flat stomach, ass, fucking face, like everything. And then like fucking, I got so blacked out drunk that fucking I had my best friend come at that time. She came and she got me, and fucking, I ended up asking her, the next day, I was like, yo, literally, like, she's like, you were talking to a fucking pretty hot chick. And then, like, I was like, yeah, dude, I was doing pretty good for myself, wasn't I? And it ended up being that she's a sugar baby. And, like, at that time, she was a sugar baby. And Dawn... it was the fact that Don lives, like, down the way off of the strip. Like, literally, his spot was... Do you know what I'm talking about? The strip. Or what is it? Yeah, it's the strip to me. Where here in California, along our beaches, you have something where people can ride a bike. All the way from Redondo Beach Pier that I know of to fucking... Santa Monica, right? Gets a little weird somewhere in there, whatever. But there's a long ass strip, and it's like where people ride their bikes, they walk their dogs, and then it's like businesses or houses, strip, and then beach, right? Which strip is like literally 2 lanes. It's 2 lanes. Like you have literally lines down there. I think I remember if I'm correct. I don't know. Maybe I'm fucking fucked up. But it's strip, right? So fucking like this guy that I met that I ended up, she gave me her number and I ended up fucking linking up with her, and for a good period there I was having some fucking a lot of fun at these random parties, like on boats, at his house, fucking random shit, bro. At fucking like they would call me out to the bar and they would pay for everything, and then we would come back and we'd do cocaine in this fucking like rich ass fucking house, like fucking. And then he ended up moving, and then I was in that house, and now he died. That guy died. He died. Rest in peace, Don. Dude, that guy was fucking sick. He drank a lot of Coors Light. That's what he's drinking. If you ever wanted to know what Don was drinking at the bar, yeah, a Coors Light. That's what you can get, Don. But anyway, this house was on the strip, and she had a dog party one time, and then we were dancing, and I was like thrusting into some, I think it was like a gay guy's ass. I don't know. I was dancing with somebody on the balcony, but the balcony was like overlooking the strip and the beach and everything. Like it was literally one of those houses at the beach. And then we would do cocaine, but not bad cocaine, like good cocaine. And then I met this other guy who I hope is fine. You know, I don't know. He like was riding a motorcycle, and I would always tell him to like let me drive your motorcycle. Let me do it. I can figure it out, bro. You're rich anyway. Like fucking whatever. You know, and he would never let me do it. But then like we would like fucking for my first nocturnal, I went and picked up some cocaine from him, and it was like fish scaly. Like, it was literally fish scale. I had never seen it in my life. God, I don't buy cocaine, you know what I mean? So I don't, you know what I mean? But I know I see it, like, when I take it and then when it's happening. When this happened, when I started working down there in Hermosa Beach, I found out that cocaine is literally a thing. Like, it's a fucking thing. Like, it's real life, nigga. Like, this shit's real life, dog. That shit's real life. And like fucking, God, it's so fucking crazy. Like, and people actually, like I've taken, like somebody would bring cocaine over and then like we would do it. But like, I didn't think about cocaine, right? I was just like, what I knew, like you have the Tony Montana, and then I knew that cocaine, you know, is like, was done by, it wasn't just a piece of shit, lower class drug, like it was a higher class drug, and and that didn't, like, it was in my brain and out. And then when I was working in Hermosa, I was like, oh, here we go. Look at all these people. And then fucking, like, that guy, who I don't even fucking remember his name, that guy fucking literally, I fucking whatever. And then with Dawn and my friend, I realized it's like you'd stick the plate in the oven, right? And just you wouldn't, it was like a warm, it was like, was it a warm plate? I don't know. But I felt like a lot of the times, because it was just like it was a plate, and you had your drug plate, and it was a plate. It was a fucking plate. That's how I know that it went somewhere it got warmed up a little bit. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I just remember shit, dude, and fucking, there was like a lot of cocaine. Her birthday one year, when she owned a boat, and I'm just really confused at like where a lot of where my shit is, by the way, because I don't know where the fuck my shit is, by the way. Like, where's my shit? How do I find it? Like, how do you find something that you can't, it like fucking went away, dude? Oh, sorry, Snoop. Where's my shit, dude? No, I didn't find my shit, man. I'm gonna go into another mania. I'm fucking crazy. I've been trying to talk on this fucking phone because this phone, guys, this is the phone that I thought I lost after Pride. Right? It's the phone that I fucking had to pay $295 fucking dollars because I thought I left it somewhere like a piece of shit. I didn't leave it anywhere. It literally was fucking came out from work one day and then there's my phone on this right the seats here and then there it is. I can see the screen and immediately I'm like, oh, someone left their phone in my car because I hang out with streamers. No, that's your phone, bitch. And not only did you fucking pay $295, but you had so much anxiety that you locked your phone. So now you can't even fucking use it for anything except for this. Can't sell it. I was thinking my screen on my phone's a little fucked up. But I was thinking maybe well, I don't know where it is right now. I don't know what time it is. Bro, what the fuck? Where did it go? Yo, that shit is fucking gone, dude. I think the Matrix broke, bro. What am I supposed to do, dude? I don't know where it is. Yo, I'm gonna fucking lose my shit in a second. Trying to keep it together, chat. Trying to keep it together. But we're still drunk from last night. We were drinking a lot of drinks. So let's talk about that. So I did, like I said, I found the function. Which I never even called it a function until fucking all these people called it. I found the underground rave. Right? I did. And I drank a lot of it. And then I was making out with this Asian chick who has subscribed to my channel. I literally made her subscribe to my shit. I remember pouring my Four Loko in here, and there's a Four Loko out there. We should... I'm literally in a mania right now. I really am. This is what happens, bro. We don't... At least we have our car keys in our car, bro. What the fuck, bro? honestly. I don't even remember. I think it's in the fucking, I think it's here in the refrigerator. If we did that, we're winning. What did we do? Oh my god. Yo! We were drunk enough, but we still like fucking put our shit in the refrigerator. I'm confused. Okay, so I did leave a little drunk yesterday from the function. I did. And me and the bartender were friends. We were doing handshakes at the end of the night. He gave me a he bartended at the Rammstein event that just happened at the Coliseum. I'm sure that's what he's talking about, because I wanted to go to that motherfucking thing. And he had this signature drink called the fucking Hindenburg or something. And that was strong. I just kept on telling him, because I don't like bars, right? I kept on telling him, because it's a very super intimate section where I only had like $5 at the door. They're like, go ahead and, I'm gonna let you in and fucking, you can fucking buy something at the bar and And I was like, I'm gonna buy shit at the bar. But I was telling him to like, fuck me up, like make that shit hurt. Like I want it to hurt. Well, he made it to where I was still drunk when I woke up. Thank you, Michael. No, I didn't do any drugs. No. I don't do any drugs. But I have been at that specific spot and people kind of just pass out cocaine to me for free. And then, like, I made out with the tranny guy, like a male to female there. And then I made out with this Asian chick last night. I'm always like, well, like, we were, like, making out. And she was, like, with some, like, African guy. And I felt really weird for him because, like, I kind of, like, stole your chick, dude. That cisgender male guy. Like, I fucking, or this, whatever. I don't know how you identify. But it looked like you identify as a man. And I stole your chick, dude. And she was Korean. And very interesting. That was, what was it? Her parents aren't here. She left at like 20 something. She was born there, but she came here at like 20 something, which is weird. So but like here I am talking to you at a fucking rave, so it's not that weird. Like he literally kind of broke the chain a little bit. And there's other things that we were talking about that I can't really remember right now, but I was having a lot of fun talking to her. And then I was just like, do you want to fucking kiss me, dude? And like, we were fucking like making out because we were already like, her leg was like all over here in my space. My hand was all over there in her space. And I was like, I might as well just make out, right? I was like, I'll eat all of your food that you cook. Something with a fried rice cake. No, a rice cake. Oh, maybe she was talking about the dried rice cake. With something. I asked her, like, what her fucking favorite thing is to have in Korea that's not, like, Korean barbecue. Because that was something that I wanted to talk about. You know, because everybody's like, Korean barbecue. And they're like, barbecue, like, I was telling her, I asked her, she's like, barbecue isn't, like, yeah, like, okay, cool. But, like, that's not, because if you think of what Korean barbecue, they just give you meats and shit. Like, you're not diving into Korean cultural food, which I don't eat a lot of. Like, I eat a lot of shit, I eat a lot of stuff, but there's like, they eat a lot of weird things. Like, I guess don't tell me what it is, and if it, like, just don't tell me what it is. And it can't look like it can't be a dog head. Where I just like fucking, you know what I'm talking about? Can't be that. But like fucking, like if you just like, or a monkey head, by the way, Indiana Jones, which was India, by the way, I'm just saying. Fucking, you can't give me a dog and expect me to eat its brains or like a fucking boiled kitten. I won't eat that. But if you give me a dish that's a dish and you sit it in front of me and you don't tell me what it is, and if it's delicious, it's texture wise. Texture, if the texture is fucking funky, it's funky. It's a funky dish to me. I don't. And then taste. Anything seafoody, fishy, don't really fuck with that either. But like, if she were to sit there and like, I feel like for me, if I'm gonna get married, dude, I don't even mind marrying somebody that like I've gotta like learn their language and then they gotta learn a little bit of English. Like I'm okay with that. I would like it to be there's like a chick, like a fucking straight up like Hispanic chick. You know what I'm talking about? That's just like straight like fucking keeps the shit fucking together here at the house that I also help in. But it's so much that I can't even, it's so much of a thing. Like I don't have time anymore. And once I get time, fucking bet. And fucking, like, literally, I have time while I'm talking here with you guys. I have time for things that I'd like to do. But I don't have time where I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, yeah, let's schedule fucking, like, cleaning everything in our room. Like, what? No. What? I would like to have a chick. And it's a traditional thing. And this is why I'm not a normal transgender. It's not a gender role. I would just like to have a chick that was very clean, like not like just didn't mind, you know what I mean, that understood like I fucking work a lot and then I only have certain times and I'd rather spend that time with you, you know what I mean, and then fucking do stuff with you and stuff and like, and then I'll do things, I take out the trash and like stuff like that. But like if I'm gone, like if I'm working a good job, my wife doesn't need to work. Like, you can work if you want to, but, like, it'd be nice if you were, like, fucking had, like, a work-from-home job and you would work from home. We don't need any kids. And then just, like, like, everything, like, there's a fucking meal for me when I get home. And, like, shit is clean. And fucking, then fucking, we can fucking go out and, like, live our life. And fucking, is that wrong? I don't know. I hate to say it because I feel that it's wrong. But I just want somebody that's, like, very more, advanced in their adulting, I guess. I don't know. Like, I can just work a lot, And then, like, I don't know what I'm saying. And then I can learn from them. That's the thing. When you're in a relationship, it shouldn't be all just one person, right? You learn how this person does everything. And then, I don't know. I just feel like that's a big thing. Like, if I was, like, had a good job and, like, a house and I was, like, doing this whole... Or if I just had a good job and we were, like, married and working a lot. Like, it's okay. Can you just, like, maybe, like, if you want to work, that's great. And then, like, we have to have a day... We have to have multiple days because, like, I want to see you, but then how does our shit stay clean? But then this is also a thing where it's always confined to my room. My mom's shit is everywhere. Like, I have to have all of my shit in one spot. It's not like I can have fucking, like, I paid for those couches, but it's not like I can have fucking, like, fucking... this over there. So it's a little fucking packed into one space. Like, if it was a house, fuck yeah, I can fucking put a whole bunch of fucking containers. I can put a whole bunch of my shit into those fucking bins and throw it in the garage. Never have to look at it again. Bye! Right? See you later. Bye. Never have to look at you ever again, but you're in a bin and you're in my fucking actual fucking shit. Then a shrimp, fry that rice. Korean bologna is processed from Shemga. Yeah, last night. So that's that neon spot, right? We streamed until our phone died. we busted this whole thing where we're like, I'm a fucking YouTuber, like, and they're like, are you gonna fucking, because I showed them my shit, how many subscribers I have, and they're like, are you gonna, like, shout us out, are you gonna plug us, and I was like, in my head, like, and I wasn't even, I told them straight up, I was like, I don't know if you want me to plug you guys. I can tell you where it's at, but then I don't think I can ever have fun again. You know, I can plug it. Should I plug it in there? Captain coming to max me out. Captain couldn't lay a finger on me. See, the thing is Captain, this is funny, and I don't know what his pride issue is, but he wasn't a fitness, he wasn't really big into, like, yeah, he's parking outside Planet Fitnesses and stuff to take showers, but he wasn't really, it took, maybe he did maybe one workout or something with his friend, or the narc in the chat, Zach, or whatever the fuck he liked to fucking claim. But I threw him through my routine. We didn't even have time. It was like 15 minutes. Like 20 minutes. I threw him through a simple routine in the gym. He cannot lift as much as me. That's fine. And now, Captain, if you're watching, I'm at the point, which is, this is funny, because this point I'm not even trying to get, because it was kind of like a competition of, like, fitness, but I'm beating, who can do pull-ups? Can Aldi do pull-ups? I need to know. Because we are at the level now of fitness where I just hit out there multiple fucking push-ups. I had multiple push-ups out there where I went all the way down, and I was like, wait. And then I had a thing in my head, I was like, where are our arms at? Like, are our arms out like this? They weren't out there, like, at a decent angle, like maybe here. And I was just, like, going all the way down. So something is happening. Within the 2 weeks of me going to the gym every fucking day at fucking work, pretty much out on lunch break, we've been able to build strength. And that was just the whole thing, is like, how do I get stronger? How can I lift more? You know? And I can tell you what I do. I can tell you. You guys want to know what I do? Mexican shit, Captain. He does steroids? Okay. Well, anyway. What I do is I am on hormones. My testosterone levels as a cisgender female are risen to the point where I can grow facial hair and stuff like that, because I had testosterone in my body anyway. So my testosterone is at the same levels as a regular cisgender male. You know what I'm talking about? So it's not like I'm fucking, like, on steroids and fucking, like, I still have to work to get my shit. And I'll tell you what I've done in the gym. And I'll tell you this. I'm not good at counting. I'm not good at counting at all. So I'll be like, what we do, we'll sit on the machine. We go to a comfortable machine for us, which is like over there, and it's a chest press. We used to start with tricep push downs on the cables, but Torrance Planet Fitness is like busy as fuck all the time. So we go over there, and then we hit this damn fucking chest press, which they have the straight back, and then they have kind of like this, where you're not like totally lean back. That's why 24-hour fitness and Gold's Gym, they have the ones where you're actually lean, and I don't even know how to fucking use those machines. But anyway, we have that. Go in there, and then what we do is we drop that weight to, and I don't have to do 20 reps. But what I'm doing is trying to drop the weight and fill whatever I'm working out. If it's the chest, I want to have a low weight to where I can sit there, and if I'm here, I can, it's not so heavy that I'm going to hurt myself, positioning myself with chest press. I do know, and To work the chest, it's always pressing. Even with push-ups, you're pressing. You know what I mean? And you're like, you know what I mean? It's always a push day for chest, right? So what you want to do is make sure that your shoulders are down and back. And what they say is you want to imagine that you're trying to hold a pencil in between your shoulder blades, right? You want that shit. So I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck that means, but like you want to get that down there, and I guess like that, and then just push from there, just from there. And if just here, just from pushing, you can feel that it's activated. So that's a lot of these and a lot of these and a lot of fucking like these and these and these and fucking the whole time, like with cable work, like how it's a lot. So my form is like a big fucking thing, and it is fucking like makes me feel like fucked up, dude. And I'm just like, how do I do it? Like, how do I do it? How do I do? I still have gym anxiety, but I have a routine enough to that I've made something in the gym to where I can like get it in. And then like with that chest press machine, we can do it this. We can do one arm. We can sit to the side here and then press this way to fucking really get that crease that we're working on here. You know what I mean? Where you sit to the side on the chest press machine and you kind of just push with one arm. Really good workout, but you also need form. So like form is a big thing. And like with Captain, like I threw him through just a little bit. And then he went into, now he's filling on himself. And he thinks he's strong and all of this shit. Because I think that my routine can pack on a good amount of muscle. Because once we do our working sets, well, not working sets, our sets to where we can fill the muscle, what we do, because I'm not good at counting, we'll go heavy immediately after our, like, what, like the chest press is at, like, what, 20 pounds, 25 pounds. We'll go heavy immediately after when we can feel it to fucking, like, 50, 60, 50 pounds. We'll try to do whatever with as much as good form as we can and see what we can lift. And then whatever we don't finish with, which I'm not counting, but like if I'm not finishing out, if I do fucking 2 reps with that fucking 50 or 60 pounds, I'm dropping the weight and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna finish out the set, or the, you know what I mean, with lightweight. And then we'll go up and we'll be like, okay, so let's drop the weight to that's still heavy, but like where I can lift it for more, and then just go there. And then once I fucking burn out there, we drop the weight again, and we fucking keep on trying to go and get our shit in. So that I don't know what that's called, but that's what I do. I still use the women's shit because this is all levels to me, you know. I feel like I don't have to rush into like, let's go use the men's restroom. You know, I still have tits. You know, and then using the men's restroom, I would like to use a urinal, you know. And that's a whole practice thing, you know, with your stand-up Pete thing, because there are things that are made to where you can sit there and you can kind of, I was even reading it because I want to buy one really soon, because after we get our tits chopped, I don't think we're allowed into female restrooms, and this is why I advocate for, and I think that I've said this before, I know that there's a safety issue with anybody going into any restroom that is with the other gender, or whoever they identify as, like if you have a dick and then there's a female. But you gotta understand, females have been standing in these gosh darn lines for fucking men's restrooms for a long time, and if they haven't, then I guess I fucking started something. Because like back before I was even trying, I was like, dude, these fucking female lines are too long. They're too long. Right? But I do know where I'm at, and I'm not stupid. So I know that I'm going to have to separate now from that restroom, and because I can always just push my tits out. And here we are with boobs, and we're not going to have those anymore. So we're going to have to figure out how to use the men's restroom. Which is not a big thing, you know, they have stalls, but for me, just to feel good, I would love to use a urinal at that point. So they do make these things where it's a stand to pee, STP, and you pee in it, and it funnels out, and you have 3-in-1s, where it's a pack, play, and piss, for me, where you can pack it, you can play with it, that means I can fuck you with it, and then I can fucking also piss with it. So we're gonna get into those things. Those are all really expensive, by the way, $200 and something. I'm like, these things better like work forever. And so that's why we're kind of like, after the tits, the next thing is, what are we doing with our bottom? Are we going to, you know, the easiest way to come out of it and then just go back to work is just like metaplasty, which is just using the bottom growth that I already have and having a mini dick. Which there's things that I can probably stick that in and then fuck somebody anyway. But it's just kind of like, do I really, you know, if I have the option, do I want a mini dick? I do not bleed at all. I don't bleed. I don't bleed at all. I don't have any more periods at all anymore, which is great, you know. But at the same time, I'm like, where is all of that going? Does the testosterone stop the egg from coming down? Like, am I built up in there with fucking blood? I don't know what's happening. But I think once you get hysterectomy, I guess, is that the right word for females? I'm not sure if that's the right word. But when you get your, you know, all of your insides taken out, which has been done by cisgender females forever, you know what I mean? Which they just don't want kids anymore. And for guys, it's getting their tubes tied or whatever the fuck. That's like the lamest terms for me. You know, you really have to make a choice. You know, after being on testosterone for a certain amount of time, I don't know if I can have kids, but like, what if I'm just gonna get rid of all of it? And it's a big choice. Am I leaning more towards getting rid of all of it? Yes, because I don't want a phantom period every month. I don't want to feel fucking crazy for fucking like, you know, and I know what's happening. I know what's happening when that happens. Like, you know, as I fucking get a little phantom period. Like, I'm not bleeding, but I still get a little crazy. But my crazy wasn't normal crazy with PMS. Like, it was like PMSD or whatever. Like, it was fucking like bad. So you know, we've got to make the decision, because if you guys think that the breasts are like a huge decision, no. Taking out your insides to where you can't, not because it's, oh, you're a fucking woman, you should have kids. No, but I can have kids. And do I want to have kids that are from me? Which is huge. Because I can adopt, which is a whole nother thing, because adoption isn't that easy. You know, and you have all of these kids there that are sitting there, and you should make it a little bit more easy because there's a lot of people that are sitting there trying to adopt children, and at the same time, oh yeah, we're trying to keep the children from going to shit places. You let Gabriel Hernandez fucking die in the hands of his mother, and you went there and checked CPS. You did. Yeah, checked, and you didn't get it right. You know what I'm talking about? So, like, fucking, I just, like, you know what I mean? It's not a good system. So that's what I've thought about, is, like, it's not an easy system. You think gay men can just go and get a fucking baby? And it's just hard to go and fucking adopt a kid through the system. I mean, you can have a fucking, you still have to... If you want it to go legal and adopt them, you can have a surrogate, somebody that you're, you know, whatever, you know what I mean? But they still have to be born and in under that name of the mother. And then, like, you know what I mean? Your name needs to be on the birth certificate as the dad or the other fucking person that's taking care of the baby. Like, I don't mind, you know, my best friend has like 5 children. Like, you know what I'm talking about? And she's like my age. So, you know, and the last kid she did for surrogate for her gay people that, you know, for her first child, you know, got her first kid. And then fucking they wanted another baby in between while she had all these other kids. And then fucking they wanted another baby, and then she fucking went and like had another baby for them. And then fucking you know, like that's cool. Like I do at some point want to raise a child. Does that mean that it needs to come from me? No. Do I feel, and everybody wants to sit there and do this thing, well, oh, your insides. I do understand that I can give life. You know what I mean? I could push out a baby, but is that something that I want to do? Is that for me? Does that fit into my lifestyle and what I'm doing? Because that's what you have to understand. Not every woman wants to have a child, but every man wants to stick a dick somewhere. And then we're worried about abortion. No, we should be worried about, like, what are the men's doing? Worry about that. You know what I mean? Because, like, they can literally decide, you know, and then so yeah, women can go and fuck or whatever. But what are always the proper practices of it? Pulling out? Nigga, what are you talking about? And then if you want to use a condom for a woman, is that not a fucking thing? Like, it is just like, oh, well, I don't like... I've always heard that. And even for me, I've heard it. When I want to go and fucking have sex with a man, it's like, oh, well, the condoms... I don't like them. You know what I mean? They don't make me whatever. And it's like, okay, cool. But now we're living in a world where in different states, women have to have babies. So they also should, all of those, it's not gender roles. At a sense it is, but like, it's just those things that happen that we laugh about, that you do movies, you know, those situations, they need to be more inclusive. You know what I'm talking about? Women should have more of a fucking say then. You know what I mean? Of like it shouldn't be like, it shouldn't, you know, do you get what I'm saying? Because like condoms are always a thing. They're like, wear condoms. But then like you go and men are like, I don't like to wear them. I can't feel shit. Well, guess what? Now since women have to have babies no matter what, I guess, like fucking at least we can fucking at least fucking have a sense like, okay, like does that mean that, are there condoms there in that state? How does that work? I'm very confused. If abortions are illegal, because now I feel stupid as fuck. If abortions are illegal, do they still have contraceptives? And then what are like... Oh, God, I hate it. I hate it. I don't even like to talk about it, because it doesn't make sense. Women get their tubes tied. not men. So what do men do? They just take a little snip. Am I dumb? Probably. Probably dumb, but I'm at least able to hold a conversation and go to places where I actually have to work and like be a person. And I can still do that. I'm not going today. I've made it. Like we're struggling with our mental health. I'm no longer the cool person, with the vibes. And I don't like that. I hate that. And it's just because I'm tired and I don't have time. But I'm also realizing personalities. Like if I want to say hi to one person, it's not just hi. It's da 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 da. And are you ready for that? Are you ready for that? Like what are you trying to do? Do you want to talk? Because at that point, like I have a second job. This is my second job. And I don't really have a lot of time. I don't want to. I'm gonna help you out, like the same chick that if I fucking like say anything, I gotta like listen to everything. I help her out. Like she was trying to clean her phone, and they're like, she'll figure it out. I was like, no, fuck that. We have those, fiber thing cleaners that somebody donated. There's a whole box, and then I went to try to find it, and it was moved. And then I went and I found it and I gave it to her and she was very happy about that. Because not only can she clean her phone, but she can clean her glasses. So it's not that I don't think, it's just I'm no longer, I really do look bipolar now. Because it's like, I just, sometimes I get it and I'm in the mood and we have energy and we want to like, you know what I mean? Fucking, I'm always shit talking with the people that I work with, but I think that they've realized the times that I don't want, because they don't even come to say bye. And this isn't what I want. I don't want that, I don't want to be a fucking, asshole person, you know what I mean? But everybody that I work with is getting the blunt of it because now, like, and it's not because I work all the time, because jobs are jobs, I have no idea what anybody else is going through, but I have no time to myself to feel like a fucking normal person. Does that make any sense? Like, I don't have any time to regenerate all of the energy that I'm giving out. If we want to get into energy, because that we can simplify it and talk about energies. I have no time to re-energize myself to be put in a situation to where I have to give out some shit. You know what I'm saying? And I know there's a lot of people going through things, but that's me. And then we're going through this thing. There's another thing that we can talk about. We're going through the hijab burning over there in the different countries. And, I'm part of this. I subscribe to this channel, apparently, where they do a lot of community posts. And they said something like, to get to the nitty gritty, they're like, oh, women are opposing men and they want to be not devious. Is it devious? Basically, they just want to fuck everybody and then fucking create a fucking situation and then fucking talk shit about it. But the women over there are actually fighting for something that matters. And I had something to say about that. I did, because you do understand that within the different countries, there are things that don't. And one of the points that I like to make was, should we all in America, in the United States of America, feel guilty for running water? No, because our things in this country are different from over there. Does that mean that we should negate the fact that it's like, and just be completely oblivious to what is happening? No, but we shouldn't put somebody into a box and say, hey, you are bullshit here because fucking you are complaining about something in this country that you don't like, while there's people in this other country that don't even have, like, you know what I'm saying? And I was just like, that doesn't make any sense. At the end of the day, we should be exercising and fucking saying what we want to say and our rights, because in other countries, they cannot do that. As much as you like to say that it's like, oh yeah, freedom of speech, no, that is not a thing, a privilege that people have in other countries. You can do it, but guess what? Go over there. Go over there as a Christian to Afghanistan and Iraq, and you go and you fucking go there as a Christian. Go ahead, go. Move over there into your little fucking house or whatever, and then you go and you try to just be your own fucking person. Not gonna work like that. So, you know what I'm saying? So, like, fucking our things that we fight here are different. And I shouldn't feel guilty. Now you're trying to place guilt on me for trying to complain about something in this country that I'm not happy about because this other country doesn't have something that I'm complaining about. Okay, great. So what are you? So then we just like are, okay, I have electricity too then, and running water, and I piss and shit in the toilet. So are we all just going to go back to feeling guilty about everything that we have in this country? No. So they tried to fucking sit there and say that, like, oh, while this is happening over here, like, women over here are fucking doing bullshit. Fuck you, nigga. Like, everybody, not everybody, but I would think that the people that go and vote, the people that sit there and want to spend their time on figuring out all that shit, want to make a fucking better place for their children and their children's children, and that's okay. And then if that has to do with abortion, that's fine. But look, check this out. We are in a place to talk about it. You can't sit there and try to take away my right and sit there and say, oh, whatever you're unhappy about in your country doesn't fucking matter because there's another country that's struggling. Okay, great. Then go the fuck over there then, bitch. I'm here. I'm not going to keep my fucking mouth shut and then just feel like, oh yeah, I'm walking on eggshells because everybody else. We're all humans. Hello? And it pissed me off. And I didn't get not one fucking like or comment back because I think I shut them the fuck down. Shut the fuck up. Yes, I want them to go and they are advocating for something better for their life, not just a personal situation, but for women across the board. And men are fighting with them too. Beautiful setting. Beautiful. But I'm not going to let that dumb down all of the other things that are happening here that I care about. I care about that, but I'm not there. There's things here that are happening that I care about. You know what I'm talking about? And this is like a media fucking thing. It's a media thing. You know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean? They've all created this. Oh, okay. So what about the Asian? What about the Chinese people that are fucking in a heat wave? Have you heard about that? They're dying. They're sleeping on like what you like. Oh yeah, let's go have some fun with our little thing that floats on the water, and we'll just lay on it for like this. And we'll just tan. No, these motherfuckers are sleeping on those motherfuckers because it's so fucking hot. Denmark. And I've done a little bit of research. A tiny tad. Now, Belgium, which I think that Denmark, whatever. Denmark is one of the best places to live in the world. And if you look at what's happening there, I don't know how it was, but when I Googled it, it was they're paying an extreme amount of taxes. But when they pay taxes, they literally have a baby down the hall from the Duchess or whatever. Like, everybody's kind of like on the same playing field. Like, you pay a lot of taxes, but everything is also paid for. You get what I'm saying? It's one of the best places to live in the world, Denmark. And you can Google it. I don't know if it's the same way now, but when I was looking at it and then looking at shit, because what it comes down to, we have things that we're fighting for here, and man, what the fucking we need people to have babies. If that's what it is, then look at the things for mothers and children and then single dads in a country, and then that, if that's such a big thing, reproduction, then look at the countries that literally help you and support you in your shit. Because Google how much it is to have a baby, by the way, with no fucking insurance. It's like $30,000. If a Canadian wanted to come down here and just have a baby out of nowhere, it's like very expensive. It's not. While I'm sitting here gonna go into a surgery that would normally, right, so you have insurance and deductibles and things that we also are not taught in school, which is very important to understand. What the fuck is a deductible? What the fuck is health insurance? What the fuck are taxes? What the fuck? Like, you literally don't even tell me about it, and then, like, you want me to figure it out. Imagine the people that actually have, like, they're like their own jobs and multiple jobs, and they got to sit there and do all of those things. They don't teach you about any of that. If you're a fucking contractor, they don't tell you about any of that in school. So I'm really trying to figure out, what is it that they push that's important. Yes, it's important to know about tectonic plates, I guess, and then how, like, science, it's important. We're dissecting frogs in school. We're doing that. And it's important to be able to write, because I think that is very important. If there's one thing that should stay consistent, along with math, there's one thing that should stay, and also science, because you don't know, these things can spark something in a child that they love, right? And they can just be a fucking a scientist or a biologist or something. But the one things to me that makes sense to stay is for right now to work in a world where you have created the classes. You've created the classes. And then people that go to fucking college are overqualified for the fucking jobs that they want, because you have people in there that are working that are fucking have nothing, right? So if you're thinking about what should stay consistent, that we should, English and writing, just writing in any country, any country in your native language, writing, understanding words, understanding how, because if you can write I don't even know what they fucking call that. If you can sit there and write something out, bro, with your pros and your cons, and write it out and have all your shit, you can talk. Because literally it's you talking in your head and writing it down. And even if you have to talk out loud to put it onto paper, very important to understand how things go, because it is broken down in a way that everybody wants you to understand their point of view before you shut it down in your head. You know what I'm saying? And in order to do that, you really figure it out with English and writing papers and assignments. That is very, very, very important, because you can figure out how to voice your opinions correctly and sound knowledgeable, and words in your dictionary, using words, like conflating. What is conflate? Like conflating, I mean, blow it up into And there's different words, that I don't know, but like, isn't that great when you find a word that you don't know and then you figure it out and then you can learn it in sentences and you learn, like the aforementioned. I never knew what the fuck that meant. And it's all about reading and then everything and then fucking looking up that word and being like, okay, aforementioned, everything before. Everything that I had mentioned before. It seems pretty basic in knowledge, but you would be completely surprised at how many people do not know how to read and write, which is very fucking important. And math is also important. They've made it important, but all of the fractions and different shits like that, I have in so you do have it. You have length and dimensions with different jobs, that I don't know really, lengths and dimensions and like how many foots are in whatever. You know what I'm talking about? But that is important. It's very important for some jobs. You need to know that shit. English, math, very important. History, we don't, you can, that should be something in college that you decide to take. You know what I'm saying? My kids don't need to be taught that. You know what I mean? Very basic levels. I can teach my kids, because at the end of the day, you teach them history and then we're all fucking like racist at the end of the day anyway. Like, whatever. But what you need to be teaching in schools are the basic functions of how to function as a human everywhere in the United States. And that's taxes. That's how to apply to a job, resumes, how to set it up, a cover letter. You know what I'm talking about? How to collect rainwater. Because at the end of the day, we're on a fucking planet, right? How to start a fire. What is, I think I got one thing that really, I wasn't grateful for it, but at one point they were trying to teach me in school mandatory calories, counting calories and doing all of that, and I just didn't give a fuck about it because I was a kid. But these things are important, things that you do every fucking single day, like how to change a fucking, like, teach me about, I shouldn't have to go into a class to learn about my car. I drive one every day. You should teach me the basics immediately. I shouldn't have to have some type of gender role person teaching me how to change a tire and all this other shit. No, immediately you should do that. People use cars. Teach them how to do that. Very easy. Very simple. You wanted to teach me about, women have periods and this and that and hygiene and that, blah, 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 blah. You had a fucking parent had to sign something for them to teach your kids about reproduction and their body parts and periods. But they didn't teach the women about pH balances. They didn't teach people with the certain body parts how to actually, like, keep. Did they teach you? Did they sit there and say, oh yeah, you fucking need to have a balanced diet to sit there and fucking, if pH balances are huge. And what's huge? When you sit there and have a stank puss, that's big. But they ain't never teach you anything else except how to have babies and shit. And what fucking, like, periods are. What about taking care of yourself? I think we all know now that, like, I'm just talking to this chick. She's like, I'm a vegan. My fucking pussy tastes like pine, tastes like sweet. And I'm like, nobody wants to tell you any of that. And it really breaks down very easily. The way that she broke it down to me is like, you eat meat, which you do not know how long that thing has been dead. And they sell it to you, and you eat it, and you put it in your body, and it creates an acidic level of acidity. It does. And you can combat that with fucking eating a lot of fucking fruits. But at the same time, what is the amount of people with their diets that are horrible? And they're gonna sit there and fucking talk about all this other shit. Yeah, bitch, you're eating a nasty pussy, and it doesn't mean that it's fucking infected. They have a badass diet. Has anybody taught you that? Where in life have you heard that? It's always just like, yeah, it doesn't taste good. Yeah, go ahead. Every woman in here, put your fingers in your fucking pussy, fucking stick it in your mouth, and does it taste good to you? Doesn't matter if you eat pussy. So you're literally eating and consuming things that kill you. That turn your body into shit. Cool, great. We're all fucked. And so we just need to understand the basics. If you're gonna fuck us, if you're just gonna fuck us for the rest of our lives, at least teach us how we're going to be fucked. Teach us that. Let us know. Let us know that taxes suck. You know, this is how you do them, but also know that they aren't fun. And that they're different for everyone. It isn't just somebody that owns businesses has the same taxes as you do. Do you understand that language? What is a W-2? Every single fucking time you apply for a job in the United States of America, they give you a paper that is, what are your dependents and what is this and blah, 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 blah. Do you know how to fill that out without anxiety? Let's figure it out. They don't teach you about having a balance. They tried, but like the simplest of things, I am single, by the way, but I talk to people. I'm trying to talk to people. I just don't have time for that. But anyway, you know, they tell you all of these things. They want you to know about the pyramids and fucking, they want you to dissect a frog and figure out whatever it is you get from that. And, you know, basically, if you look at the studies and the curriculum, if you would, for United States of American children and what they're being taught, there really is a huge gap in things that we should know that we just fucking don't. We don't know it. And you don't want to talk about religion in schools, and that's great. I was born and raised where we got up and we pledged to the flag immediately. That is what we did every day. And I don't know if that's something that is constant, but I don't think that it should be. You don't have to pledge to no fucking flag. How about literally teach me everything? Teach me something. And the curriculum leaves a huge gap. And then you want to sit there and then people are struggling to be moms and shit. What happens with the moms if you're not mentally ill and can't be a mom, by the way? It's financial things and all of this stuff. But you do need to realize that when people pop out babies, what do their taxes look at? What do they look like at the end of the year? We know that when you have children, it's a financial gain in some sorts. And then people want to say, oh yeah, well, I spend a lot. No, bitch, you're not. Literally, like, we have seen what happens. When the government wants to give free money, when you have children, you get way more. Right? But those children aren't even fucking taught. We're leaning into a world. I remember when they were bringing in the MacBooks. I remember that. I remember when that happened. I was in elementary school. They were bringing in the MacBooks, and I can't even really tell you what we were doing on them. but I do know how to navigate a computer. My computer, to search it. I know how to navigate things on a computer. Basic shit. I know basic, which is basic to me. It's very fucking basic. To know what IP I don't know what an IP address is, but I know that everybody has one. I know how to log into the Wi-Fi. I know how to, you know what I mean? Like, I know how to find something in a file that is on a computer. Phones are different. I can sit there if when you say something on a computer, they ask you where you want to save that at. You want to save it into a file that is here, where you know where it's at? Do you want to create a whole new file, put it on the desktop, so where you can find it? These are things that I know. I don't know where it came from, but I know these things. Very simple, very basic. You know what I mean? If you have something that you cannot find, it's very simple. There's a search bar. You hit that damn button right there. What is it? The start or the fucking button? And it comes up with all these lists of things that you want. And at the fucking very bottom, there's a search bar. And you can search it. And you can direct where you want to search at. Are you searching in, and there's a lot of different things. I've learned that there's users on a computer, which is a whole, on the user on the computer is a whole different, it's crazy. And I still don't understand it, but like I can find stuff. I can get right there. I was able to remember Pirate Bay? Remember LimeWire? Like, these things aren't like, we've been like, we as 90s babies, we kind of know how to navigate in a situation with computers, but now they're advanced. The Roman Empire. No, I think that we should, because at the end of the day, what you're teaching is something, and it can be a collapse of the whole shit. What you need to be teaching, which can be a club, or you know what I mean, which I'm sure it is, but like, teach, really figure it out. You have 8 hours, right? That's what we're supposed to do, is we're going to school for 8 hours because we're going to have to fucking work for 8 hours, right? Then push everything that I need to know as a human being into that 8 hours. Because I get 8 hours a day for what? How many years? You start in kindergarten. Some people even have preschool. And then you go all the way up. And I mean, that shit just keeps going. You can do your associates and your bachelor's and your master's and your PhD. So literally, like, how about you just teach us in the basics of schools that we have to go to how to be a human? And I think that a lot of it is judgmental. I don't think, now we can go into this. Let's unpack that. So as we want our kids to learn how to start a fire and taxes and how to budget their monies and what is a budget and to fucking do all these things that aren't really taught in schools, you do know that genders and gender identity and all of that thing, just to talk to somebody is also needs, it can be a talk at home, but it's never sparked until it's talked about at school. And then they get really angry. They're like, I didn't want to talk to my kids about sexism and all of this shit. Well, it happens in the world. And it wasn't a spark conversation until it happened at school, was it not? Now, I'm very, 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 I do get a little bit triggered because I would want to talk to my kids about certain things, whether, rather it be kind of like mentioned, certain social situations, like as far as, gender identity and things like that. I would rather have that conversation first with my kids than it be kind of like, I don't need my teachers to be asking what the gender pronouns are, but I do need them to I do need kids to know that it is a thing. But you don't need to ask them, because it really confuses you. You don't need to ask an 8-year-old what your pronouns are. But you know what you should do at some point is kind of in some type of mechanics. You have a guy that sat there and has this book about a walrus and like, or something. The boy wants to be a walrus, and it's a trending book. He made a lot of money off of it, about saying how like, oh yeah, he wants to be a walrus, and then fucking like he goes there and then fucking has to do a lot with like testosterone and transgender people. Well, you're getting all this information from one person. You want to read these kids books are now. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like a war zone. So if you're gonna also fucking teach my kid that like there is no fucking gender identity, there is nothing. It doesn't matter. You're born with your parts and you live on throughout your time as a human with just that, and you're just a boy or a girl. It doesn't matter what your brain or how you feel about your parts, or even like they don't even teach like as much as you want to say, oh, it's a mental illness, what about how you feel about your body? You don't teach that either. So as much as you want to say, okay, yeah, great, figure it out then. Maybe we're all mentally ill, but we also weren't taught that like, hey, you know, they're going to sit there and force this view of how you should look and feel and be onto you. But that's fine. Just let them do that and be your own person. Very important. Very important. Do you not want your children to be their own person? Regardless, if they want to say that transgenders suck, or if they want to say that transgenders are cool. Like, literally, like, be your own person. That's fine. That's okay. It's okay to be your own person. It's okay. But the narratives are going to get spinned. You do know that they're going to use that. They're going to use that later on. Like your literal of what you think is good and bad. They're going to try to spin that on you later on in life. While you're just trying to fucking work and live and do your shit. They're going to be like, hey, yeah, guess what? Black people are dying more than fucking blah, 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 blah. Really? Are they? In America? Oh, but I still see a fluctuation of people that are coming here for opportunity. So the minorities, which you do have white-skinned people also coming over here for opportunity, but we don't talk about that, do we? The minorities, these Mexicans and whoever, you know what I'm talking about? Africans, Asians, Jewish people. They all they all come over here for opportunity. Right? Don't they? Do they not? Do they not come here? Is this not the land of opportunity? However you like to spin it, is this not the land of opportunity? If it wasn't, then why the fuck do people come here and they try to like swim across things that they cannot, like they're gonna die? You can literally die trying to come here. So why is that such a huge fucking thing when it's just all bullshit? You're gonna get fucking there's privileges here and it isn't gonna work for you because you don't have white skin. No. I think there's a lot of fucking people coming over here that don't have white skin that kind of make it. And I think that we've moved into before it was like, oh yeah, Mexicans do the jobs that they, no other fucking person wants to do. It's not just white people. It's like everybody. Do you want to work in a strawberry field? Probably not. Does that mean that not anybody can work in a strawberry field? Or that, like, I can do that. Put me in a strawberry field. Let's see how long it takes before I say this is fucked. But it's hard work. And hard work is hard work. Doesn't matter where you're at. You can have a hard day at work no matter what it is. And then somebody tries to say, oh yeah, well, I don't sit there and I don't even eat, and I go and I work fucking 3 jobs. And they always try to like sit there and force this fucking view and try to eliminate everything that you've been through. Absolutely not. And I hate those kind of people. And it's the tones in what you say. When somebody says, hey, been working very hard, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have any fucking time and I'm just struggling, I'm trying to get here. You don't say, oh yeah, I have a kid and, I work 2 jobs and fucking I gotta figure out with my... You don't one up that person. You don't, because as you say that, you fucking eliminate that other person's feelings. So now should I feel bad that I don't fucking have a kid and provide, but I also struggle? Like, what are we talking about? No, you can change how you say it. You can say, oh yeah, man, like, the fucking, like, sucks, dude. Like, I can't even, imagine, like, having to have no personal time. Or you can say, you can also say, like, you can just get to know the person. Which, if you don't have personal time, you just be like, yeah, man, like, has it always been that way for you? And then you just gotta be ready for just a whole story. You do. Like, you've gotta acknowledge people, You think that you're working harder than somebody else, while, and then there's somebody working harder than you. So you need to acknowledge that working kind of, like, sucks a little bit in the situation that we have, where we just kind of, like, work to live. Or no, live to work. We live to work. We live to work in the situation. If you want to go live on a farm, then you work to live. You work for your eggs and your milk and your... Literally, what are you doing with your ranch? Are you going out there and doing farmers markets? Like, you wake up and then you cook your food that you're cooking. You're not going to go work for another corporation that doesn't give a fuck about you. You're literally waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning, eating a fucking breakfast to go and sit there and fucking maintain and do the things that are giving you the breakfast. You're not buying it. These are things, right? That's the thing that happens, which should be supported more. It should be supported. It should be normalized. It should be normalized in America, in Los Angeles. If I wanted to collect rainwater and shit, it's not. It's like, I can't have farm animals here. Now, I don't think that people should be putting fucking cows in their fucking apartment. But I think that if I have a backyard that's big enough, fuck yeah, I should have I should be absolutely the right anywhere, if I have a big backyard, to have chickens and cows. If I wanted to. Just one. If it's a little tiny backyard, just one cow. But you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that, guys. That's illegal. I am the walrus. Cuckoo, choo. You want something? Noises, vibrations, music. That should also be something that is 100% over sports focused on. Because it takes knowledge and it takes skill to play a flute and a trumpet and the drums. You can go and play football and be fat as fuck and then just like, it does take skill. It takes skill. But what's the skill level over an offensive lineman versus a harp player? Oh, it's all different. Right. So everybody has different skills and different things, but the basis of it is in order to live and figure those out, you need to know basic shit. And it's not taught in the school system. So we need to figure that out. Now, I don't want to sit there and say, hello, yeah, you put me in a situation where I can make decisions, where I can speak out. Well, not even make the decisions, but speak out on a podium and tell these fucking motherfuckers what the fuck I think. Yeah, I think you guys are fucked. You guys want to teach absolutely the fucking nothing that, you got like, what, 20% of the stuff that's learned in school that matters to where you can function as a human being, right? And then the funding isn't even good for your schools. It's not. People can't even choose to decide to go and play. Where are the sports equipments? Yeah, fund the schools and make sure that they're learning, because you're born and then you go to school. And then that's what creates you, It's literally a school thing. You can have your own views and things like that as a fucking... Or can you as a child? Or is that wrong? You know what I'm saying? So, like, kind of like create a situation where you can learn and be not just science and math and history. Like, have the math and the history and have a balance of everything. You have 8 hours. Squeeze it in there. We want to learn about taxes. I want my kids to learn about taxes and budgets. As much as you want to force, we can't talk about religion anymore. Great. So use that space to teach them about something else that's worldly that you haven't done. You haven't done that. You haven't done that. Teach them how to start a fucking fire from 6. Do that. Oh, you gotta be a Boy Scout. You gotta be something else that you gotta like enroll into. No. How about you teach them? Teach them how to boil. Teach them that water. Teach them all these things. Water can't just be drank out of streams. Teach them about inflations and stuff like that. Teach them about money. Your world is ran with money, and then literally you only teach them math and how to count it. Literally teach them. If our world is ran with the monies, teach them. Teach them budgets. Teach them taxes. Teach them cover letters and resumes. This isn't something that when I go and I failed and I'm going to get food stamps, that I automatically have to take this fucking class that is teaching me everything that should be taught beforehand, before I got to this situation. Like career ed. Career education is huge. Huge. Yeah, teach my kids that. Because at the end of the day, when you go through school, and you go through all just the basic of grades, senior, done. My kid should have a full understanding of what they are good at. They should. They should have a good understanding. I look forward to camp. We had science camp in elementary. Right? And everybody would just and we're looking forward to it because we don't have to be in school. That was a big thing. And then we fucking go somewhere and they're teaching us literal things that are important. Fucking trees and, everything. You do need to know what planet you're on. You gotta understand that when you decide, when I've taught you this whole shit to go and be a person and to go and work your life to get that car and all that shit, that you're destroying the planet. You need to know that. You need to know that. You do. You need to know that. How about formulate in schools now how these kids can control the plastic that are going into the oceans. Do that. Teach them. Teach them that that's not the end of the road. We don't just have to have things that are non-biodegradable. And then the people that need, you know what I'm talking about? Sit there and teach them that. Because at least then we can have a good, full understanding of what this planet is. Oh, we don't want to teach them about, astronomy and all this shit is different. So what are the basics that you want your child to learn from preschool to 12th to senior in high school? What do you want them to learn? What is it? I mean, in college, you get to pick. You get to pick classes in college where you're already an adult and formed your own opinions. You get to pick classes in college of what you want to take. There should be a basic curriculum, but then the children should also have an option. Is that not what you're gonna do if you want to go to college? And okay, so teach me also counselors and how to create a fucking academic fucking thing of all of my classes. I get on to El Camino and try to do classes and I don't even know how to register for them. How do you do that? What is it? Fucking bullshit liars, dog. Everybody is a liar. At the end of the day, you want everybody to fucking be some fucking stars shining fucking gem. You know what I mean? Everything is different. It's all different. And then once you get out of school, at least you know the basics. The basics of functioning as a human. Right? You know the basics. If I can't fucking pick the classes for my kids, then they need to be taught all of that. There needs to be an option there for that. Because that's the basics. So you just want them to just work on a system that when everything collapses, they don't know what to do. They don't know how, they don't know boiling water. They don't know that. They don't know how to, you want to dissect a frog. How about literally taking a fucking cow and teaching us what the hide is and how you can take that whole fucking animal and use it. Bones and all of that. How about all of that? Leather. We don't know how to make our own clothes. We literally go through years of school just to be dependent on the system. Imagine that. And then we don't even know how to sew. How about sewing? How about sewing? Immediately need to know how to sew. You need to know how to sew. You need to know how to fucking literally, like, whoa, okay, cool. So you don't, my kids don't know, they weren't taught in school how to sew. So what happens? You wear clothes every day, don't you? Oh, but we want our kids to go and spend money at some fucking seamstress or a seam or whatever the fuck. Lawnmowers. Very simple. I mean, you know what I'm talking about? These aren't classes that you get as a kid. You don't get mechanics. You don't get, you know, I'm gonna go put my kid into the U.S. Army. Do you know that ASVAB is not just, it gets very in depth of what you know. It gets to, it really does, up into the point where you don't know it, and you really just got to figure it out. If you don't know it, you take your best guess. You know what I mean? What about multiple choice? They like to do all that and shit. You're gonna have to fucking literally You're teaching my kids about Susan that had 3 stacks of fucking wood that equals this amount that fucking literally is it. And that's good. Okay, great. But what about fucking like how you get the wood? How did Susan get that fucking wood? How did John get the car to move 1800 fucking whatever before the, you're preaching these things into it's not multiple choice anymore. These are word problems, and you're giving these children John that has a car, John that has a job. They all have functioning things. How do they get that? How did they get that? And is that what we're you know what I mean? Limited to? John has 4 sticks of wood, right? And he drives 400 kilometers, which we don't have kilometers. He drives 40, yeah, he drives 120 miles in 2 days with his wood. And he's going to go and sell that wood for a certain amount of money. Like, these are all... How did you get the wood, nigga? How did you get the car? Where are you going? What about passports? Well, are we traveling different destinations, nigga? So all the people are just supposed to go on YouTube and figure it out. No. These are things. How about cooking? Cooking class. Cooking. I didn't take one cooking class through my whole everything of being in school in the United States of America as not a higher class or lower class. We're kind of like right in the middle there if we were going to describe of what's happening. But, like, also I had a lot of drugs that were going on because, like, my mom had to make it middle class somehow. You know what I'm talking about? And you didn't even teach me cooking. You didn't even teach me what to do with an oil fire. Okay, cool, YouTube videos. What are we going to do? Look up YouTube videos as there's a fire happening because we're just trying to cook and feed ourselves? Great. How about teach cooking? I mean, that really just, besides all of that other bullshit, teach cooking. Very simple. Teach my kids how to cook. Teach them. It shouldn't be a group or a club. It should be something that they are taught immediately how to do. Oh, the rimpa, whatever it is. Your celery, your carrots, your onions, and your garlic vary a basis of whatever you want to do. Is it not? How many people know that? How many people know that carrots, celery, garlic, onions are a basis of any fucking stock and soup that you want to do? You can do that. You know what makes the vegetable stock that you use for different things? You use that, and then those different things the basis, celery, carrots, onions, garlic, and then you add your proteins. How many people know how to... You need to eat, right? You need to eat. How many people know how to cook in this motherfucker? How do you know how to cook? Do you know how to cook in this motherfucker? Do you? Do you know how to take your time, budget your money? All of your reproduction, all of your kids that you want to be forced onto people that can have them, are they healthy? Have you taught them how to be a healthy person? Oh, very nice. Very good. sad that we just want to like force kids into this world where like they're not even being taught the basics of this shit. Doesn't matter if I live in Los Angeles. I should still know how to, as a human, use my hands and work. You want to take my brain and some people just aren't good at that. And they don't figure out until way later that, hey, they're hands-on. They're hands-on and they need more classes. Not college. They need more labs. You want to do, it's all, what is it? It's all just talking. It's all presentations. We need labs. We need them hands-on in school. I don't care at this point, right now, if my kids know algebra. Before they know algebra and fractions and like PEMDAS, parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, what is it? You know what I'm talking about? The rule of whatever. I don't even care if they know about that. What I would rather them know is how, like, if the government decides, like, hey, I don't have enough money anymore and you gotta go and figure it out. Or just to go and live your life something, like, normal. There's only one option for you in school. It's to use your brain and all these other things. How about, like, not putting it all on the fucking parents of teaching them how to actually be a human? Very important. And it starts with cooking. If you want to understand what I'm talking about, what cooking classes have you gone through from 1st grade to 12th? You tell me. And then they want you to go and pay for that shit later to learn how to cook. No, fuck that bullshit. I need my kids to learn how to cook right now. Sabotage my kid? Oh, great. Yeah. You can be the perfect parent. And you still have a world and a society of other people that think differently from you. And what you teach. And what it is. Your morals and all that. So now you're teaching. What are we teaching? What would I teach my kid? Be kind. Rewind. How to be a human. How to understand that there's more people on this planet than just you. And that you should probably, like, whatever makes you happy, that's great. Don't really delve into what anybody else is doing. Because that doesn't really work for you, does it? Are you going to have an abortion? Your kids will. Human rights you should worry about. Right? But your whole system that you have for voting and all of that shit it's a lie. It's a fucking lie. It's literally a lie. So you can be angry about it. So what I would teach my kids is just to be a human, to help other people. When you have, like I would teach them, because I don't think that I'm going to change it for my kids tomorrow if I were to have a baby, if I were to get pregnant and then have 9 months. You know what I'm talking about? Or my significant other. We're not going to change it. So what I would say is like, follow your studies. Be good at that. To have options later on if you do want to go to college. But you do want to own what you're doing because you go through 12 fucking, like, from 1st grade to, 12th grade. You're going through all of this bullshit. Do you not want to be good at it? Do you not want it to be easy for you? So we can do this. And then they change that with all of this math shit. I don't know how to teach. If I were to have a kid right now, how many of you parents know how to teach your kids the math that is happening right now in school? With 4 plus 4 isn't just 8 now. It's like everything in the shit. They didn't teach us that, but now you're changing the curriculum to where I've got to trust you to be able to do something. But now when they come home with homework, I don't even know how to teach them on the homework. How to do it with the math. Like, what is it? What is it? 4 plus 4 is fucking 8, bitch. But now we're breaking down the 2 4s, which I guess is good, but I can't teach them that. I can't help them with that because you didn't teach. You taught me the very minimal assets of that. And then you gave me one outlet. And fuck if I don't like school. Okay, great. Now we're all stuck in this fucking like thought loop. It really sucks. And then the people that stray out from the norm are all fucking weirdos. Right? They tell me, oh, you should go back to school and figure out something that you're good at. Great. You do realize that I've worked pretty much every fucking single position in the kitchen that you can work. You do realize that I went and I was a trucker. You do realize that I have sat there and produced something of music. Not online, but I produced music and I've made mixes. You do know that, like, I fucking have gone to school, human development, which was kids need human development. That is a huge class that needs to not just be college. You know? Because what was our final? What was the final chat? What was it? She gave us, or they, because she was a lesbian. I don't want to, you know. The teacher gave us a couple of things to talk about. Air pollution, water pollution, pollutions of this planet that happen. And what my group decided to, because we had to get in groups for this shit. What my group, which also is great because you're taught to work with other people. It's not just sports in high school. You're taught to work with other people. In college, you have to work with other people. Our group decided microplastics, water pollution, microplastics. Because within the water pollution or air pollution, you can choose what is it that you're focusing on. Is it cars with air pollution? Is it factories? So we chose water pollution and we did microplastics. And it was super depressing. It was just, you know, our group got the best grade since she had been working in human development at El Camino. She gave the best grade to us. She, you know, and one of the things that I did is I brought a plastic bag so people can see it. So you can see it. You get your little Subway sandwich in a bag that you can't even reuse. And you throw it away and it ends up, it's probably going to end up in the motherfucking ocean. Or if, whatever. You know what I'm talking about? And that bag is eaten by a marine animal. An ocean animal. You want to say. And they eat it. And they die. And that bag is not broken down in their body. So it's re-released into the ocean for some other fucking animal to accidentally eat it or to come in contact with it that is not their shit. And so a plastic bag becomes a serial killer. It does. And I brought a plastic bag because I wanted people to understand at that point, you know, I wasn't putting a lot of effort, you know, into school, into the shit, into the group meetings. But I knew where we were going with it. And we got the best grade anyway. And I knew what we were talking about. It's depressing. You know? I didn't want to go and fucking, like, and fucking talk about, like, how the fucking ocean is just fucked. Imagine that. Imagine that. People don't get the ocean and they want to come to the ocean, but they don't realize that how about going there for your first time at the beach and then you get tar on the bottom of your feet? How about realizing that there's literally a spot in the ocean where it's fucking 1,000 to 1 plastic, 1,001 life? You like seahorses? I like seahorses. Because a lot of people like to push these gender roles and like, oh, nothing in the world. Fucking Google seahorses. Jellyfish. What about octopuses? Or those things that literally can change their color depending on what their tentacles are touching. Oh, great. So you have animals that are literally there changing their color to where they can blend in and not be eaten by predators. And then here I am as a transgender person just trying to blend in, just trying to be happy and not be eaten by the world. You do realize that men and women, like animals, not all animals go by that. Reproduction does not, the system that we have, the animals don't always follow that. There are animals that can get pregnant by themselves. There are men that take care of the babies, that help hatch the shit. I think there are gender fluid birds that don't necessarily fall into, you know, they got all different kinds of colors, these birds. Figure it out. Am I breaking mentally? No. I'm not breaking down mentally. Where I'm breaking down, in a sense, is I don't have any time anymore to myself. We're always working. And then people are like, oh, it's only temporary. You'll get... It's still really... My mental health is not temporary. Working all the time and not being home and able to enjoy the things that I like to do, whatever it is, whether it try to figure out if I like this video game or not, I can't do that. I can't even... People are like, oh, do you work Saturday night? I'm like, I fucking do, you know, not Saturday day, but Saturday night, you know. Saturday days are fine. What are you doing throughout the day? You know, Saturday nights suck. They do. They fucking suck. He hates me. He left. You don't look at me like that, dude. Holy shit, these gosh darn faux locos are fucking... It's hot. I want to take off my shirt with my titties out. Imagine where I can just take off my shirt and it doesn't matter. I'm not gonna get fucking banned for showing my body. Oh, yeah, great. Yeah, men can let's go do that there. Whoa, let's go. Bro, you guys are over there hanging on some fucking like bullshit. Look at Sonic with his 50 fucking viewers inside of his fucking apartment where he has no fucking opinion on anything. He has no opinion on anything. Like, okay, that's cool. Let's talk about it then. Oh, you don't got time? You want to film everybody else? And now you're in your apartment with fucking 50 viewers, and here we are. Like what are we fucking talking about? Get some counseling. I have my counseling. Got it. I got my counseling. And I pay for it. You want to hear it? You want to hear my counseling? Do you want to know how I figure out that people are still good? It's a lot with raving. Really does a lot. I know you guys don't understand it. But if you guys did, you would understand that there's this whole fucking world of people that don't belong. And then we all just treat each other with respect, by the way. You know, of the majority. There's not a lot of fights. These cops are literally fucking pulling straws on who the fuck is gonna be at EDC this fucking week. You wanna know why? Very easy job as a cop. Nothing really going down. Not really. Not really. What do we want to do? Let's listen to Champagne Grip. I found this new DJ. And, I love them. Love them a little bit. Let's do The Couch Lost Lands.
I'm just back from my heaviest fucking acid trip in the universe.
Oh, I can get the fuck off of here and play my music really loud. I should do that, yeah, I should do that.
That basically means like stick around because what you're doing for fucking music and my life is my life itself, 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 my life itself.
What's up, Couch Lance? Thank you all for tuning in.
Let's go, dude. COVID sucks, dude, but we survived as ravers. We survived. Yeah, let's go. Then, boo, ba, beep, bop. So I went to a function last night. The music was good. And I was like, I know this DJ. I've come here for it. He sings. He does his like, he does his thing. I was like, I know that. And I wanted to say it, but I didn't because it wasn't important. But obviously, same DJ. I miss Gucci's. God, she's polarizing. hot. Yeah, I want to, like, not be on here. No, I didn't get anything. Where's my shit? Oh. Where is it? So we need mushrooms. Where's my shit? I just want to go and hang out with one of my favorite people. I can't. It's not fair that she comes with me to EDC and then, like, I can't, like, fucking hang out with her. Because my best friend, we're just gonna coddle her feelings. We're gonna just, like, fucking, like, coddle her feelings and shit. I don't need to even fucking talk to you, dude. I can go to your house and you can be over there and I can fucking be over here. You don't live there, bitch. It's not your fucking house. I just want to go hang out with my fucking EDC friend, bitch. And you're ruining it! You fucking cunt ass bitch! She's a fucking bitch! She's a fucking bitch ass bitch! Dude, send this to her. Send it. Bro, you're a bitch. You're literally a bitch. You're missing out on every fucking single thing in my life because you're a cunt. Figure it out. Do you like men or women? And it's not my fault that you want to figure it out. Bro, what is it? No. Fucking bitch! She's a bitch. I can't even talk to my god babies. I can't do shit because she's a bitch. Are you keeping the kids from me, you stupid ass slut bitch? Fuck you! Those kids don't even like you half of the time. What are you talking about? Take your kids on a gosh darn walk. How about that? Fuck! She's a bitch ass bitch, dude. Literally, she's a bitch ass bitch. And Kaylee can go fucking suck my nuts because she wants to say that I'm a bad person. Oh, did I not drive? Oh, I don't care about people. That's what she said. She says, Devin isn't the kind of person that cares about people. Did I not drive to Venice to save my people that aren't even my friends for 20 years? How many fucking times did I save you, you fucking stupid ass fucking bitch? I hate it. I hate it. They take advantage. They sit there and I fucking am nice and I do my shit. And they want to fucking call me out. The fuck? Nigga, you realize that we weren't even talking. Same situation here. No best friend, not talking, can't message her for shit, and then she fucking messages me out of nowhere, calls me actually, says, I need to get out of here. So I drop everything, have me and my mom take her and her kids and her cats the fuck out of there to Visalia. We were talking! We were not. I was living my life, and you called me out of nowhere to go and fucking help you. Oh, yeah, cool, but I'm the fucking piece of shit? Fuck you, bitch! Eat my dick! I hope she watches this shit. I hope my gosh darn godson watches this shit. Tells his mom to go, fuck off! That's the only reason why I'm not there. Because she's a fucking bitch. Alright. Flappy. You guys realize that I lost weight? We're not flappy. Oh, it's so cool for people to have flaps and shit. Yeah, I lost a shit ton of weight. Fuck with me. You guys have literally been seeing it. Go back and watch my old fucking streams for fun. From no pull-ups to fucking one where we get on there and it's automatic. Bam! Automatic! It's automatic! My routine doesn't lead you into no strength. You aren't gonna have muscles for nothing. You're gonna be pulling weight. Pretty soon, I'll be pulling my own gosh darn weight. Oh, okay. You guys want to see? Alright. Alright, you guys want to see, right? Alright. Send this fucking shit to Cheeto. Send it to fucking Ice Poseidon. Send it to Ice Poseidon. You see these arms? Here we are. Whoop. All the way down. And up. All the way down. And up. Like we fucking hit a level of strength. The motherfuckers don't want to fuck with me. As shit. Is AS as shit? That's funny. This piece of shit. I'll probably lift this. I'll probably lift 3. Is there 3 on here? No. You gotta take off 1. Bro, I'm not literally gonna lift weights for you right now.
Yo, I got a few brand new little things for you guys. Flashback.
Yeah, fuck it up one time with the fucking shit. I'm about to take a little hit of the bong. Kong, ayy. King Kong, bitch, ain't got shit on me, let's go. Hey, we got the flow, we're getting in. We got the shit, we're getting it. We're going, real fast with it. About to bust some shit, about to fucking fuck your bitch with it. About to punch you in your lip with it. About to drop kick you from the highest on top shit. Hey, we about to get real things and we're running through the shit and we got real rings and we're ain't Super Bowl winners, but we're going in the shit and we're paying for shit like we got lobster dinners. We ain't got lobster dinners. I don't even know how to rap. I don't know how to rap. How you say it? How you go? One time for the one time. 2 times for the 2 time. Bitches in the shit. Trying to kiss on my gosh darn motherfucking lips. And it don't matter if you're Asian. Persuasion. Got the fucking shit. You're gonna get in the lip and suck on my dick and get the shit. And we're gonna fucking hit it with the hit. 1 left, right, 2 right, 3 right, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna box you. I'm gonna fucking rock you with the motherfucking right hand and you get the shit. Gonna have a plan. Gonna hit you with the right hand and max you out. And we ain't doing it for the clout. Gonna fuck your ass and we're gonna lick it. Then we're gonna fuck it. And we're gonna lick it just a little bit. And we're gonna have some fun with it. And I'm gonna take it whole and I'm gonna fist it with my whole fist. And I'm gonna punch you in your ass. I'm gonna punch you in your ass. I'm gonna punch it and it's gonna fucking eat my head. I need my fingers. I need my fingers. I need my hand. I need my fingers. I need my hand. I need all my shit. Can you understand? Can't fucking donkey punch ya. I'm gonna, punch her right in the shit and it's gonna eat my things that I need to communicate. Let's fucking go. One Sonic with the bars. Let's go. I got 2 times. Hey, yeah, 1, 2 shots. Shit, we got 3 times. Hey, 3 strikes, you're out, and I'm gonna get it. That ain't for the crowd. I don't gotta try too hard, baby. I'm here and get that shit. You got the eyeball. You got an eyeball in the fucking area. You got an eyeball. You got a fucking area. We're gonna fucking sit here. It's gonna be motherfucking. Hey, get it clear. Let's go. We got everything in this show. Fuck you. I will do the 1 chip challenge. Do I need to go and buy it right now? They were selling it at that gosh darn 7-Eleven. Then you get it. Then you hit it. Everybody is with it. In the pit. In the motherfucking shit. We're getting it. And we're getting lit. And we're putting our hands in the air. Waving them like we just don't fuck care. Let's get it. Everybody's fucked up. We're drunk. And we're getting real turned up. And we got 1, 2 drinks, 2 drinks, 3 drinks, 4 drinks. Let's fucking go. Let's get in a motherfucking pool. Let's go.
Yo, this is my really shit with my homie G-Rex.
We lost one part of our shit. Ain't nobody with that part. You're not. Are you stabbing yourself with the 25? Or an 850? What is it, 850? No, nigga, that's for drawing. You gonna stab yourself, you gonna feel that shit back. Oh, you ain't digging it. Where's my shit, dude? Fuck. Where's my shit? Fuck! Alright, you guys are gonna go bye. Alright, bye. I wanna listen to music, dude. I wanna listen to music.